Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And your favorite host, Janine.
Yeah, that's still debatable. But guys, we haven't recorded since December. So Happy New Year, Merry Christmas,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Merry Orthodox Christmas.
Correct.
And Merry Wedding to us.
Merry Wedding.
Yeah.
We have a good reason.
Yeah, we have a good reason for being
We always have
MIA.
a good reason for being on a hiatus. Last time we had a long one was we got engaged.
Was that the last one? No, I think the last one was when we
were preparing for the wedding.
Yeah, I think it was
Christmas,
like July.
And Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Because I had to fly.
Correct. And then when we were traveling together as well.
Correct.
All those things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
I'm pretty sure it's already like too late into the year to wish people Happy New Year. But I think it's the time when people already started breaking their New Year's resolutions. So
that's true.
It's already like
But is it still a thing? I feel like this year is not... You know, like every year when people are like, oh, I'm gonna... these are my resolutions. Like this year I'm gonna... I feel like more and more so people are trying to get out of that mentality.
Because I know a good reason why. It's because like all these self-help gurus nowadays, they're like, why do you wait like 6, 4, 8 whatever months till like the next year to start doing something? Treat every day like a new year. And there's this new guru who I just found out. I can't remember his name though.
Satguru.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's this like self-help guru who's like saying that you should divide your day into like 2. So like your first day starts at like 6 a.m. to like 12 p.m. and then day 2 starts 12 to like whatever onwards or something like that. So there are these gurus now are like taking time, like, okay, I was supposed to wake up early and go to the gym. Don't worry, there's still like remaining hours left in the day where you can do whatever like you really had planned.
I get the concept. Because people usually are like, either they take it by weeks, like this week I'm gonna go to the gym, this week I'm gonna wake up early, and Monday happens and life happens and you're not able to wake up early, so you're like, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it tomorrow.
Exactly. And a lot of people are not even realistic about their resolutions. Like they'll say like on December 31st getting pissed drunk, eating nonsense, and they're like, tomorrow first thing I'm going to do is go to the gym. But then they have a hangover. And they're like, oh no, I'm going to start my diet. But then when you have a hangover, you crave for junk food.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, it's okay, I'll start the next day and stuff. So they're not really realistic about it.
Right.
Yeah. And even for me, I've never been a New Year's resolution guy, but I do have 2023 goals that I need to accomplish. And I have it like written down and stuff. So I went to like that level. They say if you write down your goals and your objectives for the year, then eventually it will be like stick better to you, like stick better.
It's true.
Yeah.
What is that book? The
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Exactly. Where he says, who's the author again?
Robert De Niro.
He is not the author. Forgot the author, but he says that you can actually set your vision and mission statement. I think it's mission or vision, maybe vision, at any point. It doesn't have to be the beginning of the year. What they do as a family, because he sets a vision or mission statement as a family, and they do it, I think, twice a year, one during the beginning of the school year and one after school year. So that's something like that. You can always revisit it. It doesn't have to be time bound. It's good sometimes to put time frames
exactly,
into
because
your
it
goals.
builds that sense of urgency. But at the same time, if you're not realistic about it, like what I previously mentioned, then you're gonna beat yourself up like, oh, you know, by March I should have got like my first sight of a 6-pack, but till now it's not, and I'm a failure and all that kind of stuff. So
that's why it has to be SMART goals, right? That's what we do at work.
What is SMART goals?
SMART goals. S is T is time bound. R is realistic.
Okay.
M is measurable.
Okay.
Forgot the S and A.
S is specific.
Okay. Measurable.
Attainable.
No. There's something with A.
Atrocious.
Good soup.
biscuit soup.
I could hear all of your.
It's hot, guys. Give me a break.
Yeah, but those are the type of goals that you would have to place. Has to be measurable. It has to be attainable.
Yeah, so A is attainable.
Attainable.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I said no.
I said no.
I don't know. Research it. Google it. While I'm saying. But yeah, you can't set unrealistic goals, right? Imagine me saying, I don't know, in 1 month, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna lose 5 kgs.
It is possible, though.
It is possible,
Yeah,
but
attainable.
then attainable,
Specific, measurable, achievable, attainable,
Okay.
relevant, time bound.
relevant. What did I say? I said realistic for R. I'm the one who's wrong. Yeah, because imagine you saying something very, very unrealistic, and you get to that point, and you're like, I didn't reach my goal.
It's
I'm
like
a
it's like
failure.
if the Pope said, like my goal this year is to go to a club. That's not realistic. The Pope won't go to a club.
I think the Pope would go to a club. He's the type of, if there's any other Pope, this Pope is the one who's going to go to a club. Not to rave and party, but I can imagine it like...
Oh, yeah, but to like stop and like guys stop having fun.
No, probably he would say, guys, get saved.
Yeah.
No Jesus,
Yeah.
Because so
Yeah,
far
okay, that's a
he's
stupid example then I gave. It's
Yeah.
like telling maybe a pilot that he has to go swimming.
A pilot can swim. What
Yeah,
are
but he
these
doesn't
goals?
need to swim.
He can swim.
Oh no, in
What
case the plane goes down, then he needs to swim, especially if it's like in the
Yes.
ocean. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like telling a driver to
Walk.
walk, basically. It's like, why? Like, I have a car. This is
People listening
nonsense.
to this will be like, I don't know what these two are talking about.
It's late in the day, guys. Like, really, Janine and I, we were like, enough's enough.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta sit
record.
down. Despite everything, like, we had a birthday party in the afternoon. We have 2 dogs that we are taking care of. They're not in the frame right
Not
now.
in the frame, but you've seen them earlier, and they're both literally pooped because we've been out and about the whole day. We've also been out and about yesterday.
Yeah.
So
And like last weekend, we were hosting some people.
exactly.
But then we're like,
hosting
you know what?
family.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're sitting here today.
Yeah, we
First
missed
episode
this.
of the new year.
We missed this.
So many updates, guys. Like, you have no idea.
Guys, we got married. Yeah. We got married. I have 2 rings on my left ring
And I have
finger.
1 ring here.
And 1 ring there, which he's still not used to it. Sometimes he leaves it on the counter. Sometimes he leaves it in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not used to it.
Men,
Yeah.
when you got married, did it take a while for you to get used to a ring on
No,
your...
I think the men who wear jewelry were like okay with it. But for me, since I never wear any piece of jewelry,
Right.
it was very weird for me.
Like men who would wear, I don't know, like a pinky ring and a thumb
Yeah,
ring. Or
yeah.
like a pointy finger ring.
Yeah.
Because that's in right now.
That I don't understand men who wear like fancy rings. Like, it's still like, even for me being like part of the emo rock group,
Yeah.
that segment,
Yeah.
and I see all these guys, wearing the what is it, the spiky bracelets and all that stuff.
Right.
I'm like, how do you have time to put that on every morning? Like, for me, I'm going to be very honest with everyone. The weirdest part for me having this ring is washing my butt. Like, a part of me every time thinks, like, the moment I forget and I start washing, I'm thinking a piece of poop will get stuck inside the ring. And I don't know how people do it. Like, do you remove your rings when you wash? I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the standard.
I do remove my rings.
Your 400 rings, you remove all of them.
When I take a shower, I do.
Okay, but when you wash your butt after a poo. Sorry for our American friends who cannot relate to this because you use toilet paper, but we live in a forward-thinking area of the world where we use water to wash our behinds.
And so,
Yeah, so every time I think, like, when I wash my hands after,
Yeah.
I remove my ring and inspect, like, if any poop has come on it, and if it's not.
but this is why you have to wash your hands as well, and you rub your
Yeah,
fingers this way.
Exactly.
And then you do the same with your rings. You do that.
yeah, but then, so I have an oxidized ring.
Right.
And it's already, like, the color's already fading. I think a part of it is also hand sanitizer.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I'd like...
Oxidized ring, for those who don't know, is it gives this black sort of color to it because Josh wanted... Okay, let's go back and say why you have this ring, because he didn't really want a gold or a silver
I didn't
or
want
a
a
white
ring
gold
in the
ring.
beginning.
He
Like,
didn't
I
want a
wanted a
ring.
tattoo sort of like,
which I was okay with.
yeah.
But not the no ring.
Yeah,
I wasn't
then,
okay with
then
that.
I saw like gold rings, and I'm like, I'm not like a hip hop artist and stuff. And then silver as well, not too much my style.
White gold.
Yeah. Then I saw a black ring, and I'm like, maybe
I showed you
that
the black
I could
ring.
do. Yeah. First of all, I didn't even want any like sort of material like of metal on my finger. Remember, my first thing was a silicone ring,
which is the
Janine
same
really got
as
angry.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna have you wear a silicone ring when I have a really nice ring on my finger, thanks to Josh.
Yeah.
Not the wedding band, but the engagement ring.
Yes.
And I'm like, we can't do something that is silicone. And he's like, yeah, but it's comfortable, and Joe Rogan has it, and yada.
No, I didn't
yada,
get it
yada.
because Joe Rogan has it. He just coincidentally has the same thing because he's a smart, forward-thinking man such as myself.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can get one now, so you still have a nice ring when we go out, when we go to parties, when we meet friends. But then on a day-to-day basis, if you want to wear your silicone ring, then that's fine with me.
yeah,
But
perhaps.
not like, imagine during the whole like wedding ceremony, we exchange rings. I give you a silicone ring and you give me a nice diamond-studded ring. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That would have been weird.
Yeah.
That would have been weird.
And with the pictures and with the video and all that.
I know, because they like the photographers like take away like my perfume. They took away my ring. So imagine if like there's a nice bottle of Savage for men, and then there's like Sauvage for men, and then there's like my nice 3-piece suit, and then my like expensive stuff and invitation, and there's a silicone ring that'll like defeat its purpose.
And your watch.
Yeah, my watch.
Yes.
Janine got me a watch, guys.
Yes.
It's a Samsung Active 4.
I mean, I did get the Samsung watch.
Active 3.
But I did upgrade your watch for the wedding.
She did.
Did you have a clue that was... Because at one point you were like, are you going to get me a watch? And I was just like, oh.
No, I knew you were going to get me a watch.
Okay.
Because you asked me twice. Like, which watch are you going to wear? I'm like, I wasn't going to wear a watch because this would not look good with my outfit. And then you said something else. Like,
Did you wear your watch when they were taking measurements for the...
Yeah, you
for the
did.
Suit?
Yes.
So
and I
that
said,
you know,
yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And it's crocodile leather, guys. Have any of you seen a crocodile that is carrying leather? Never. And somehow Janine managed to source that for me. Imagine the poor crocodile who died for that.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
Okay, thanks.
Delicioso.
Delicioso.
On a side note, guys, we're watching Naked and Afraid. And guys, like...
Gary.
There's this guy called Gary, and... Okay, it doesn't make sense. It's like more of an inside joke for Janine and I, but you guys have to watch Naked and Afraid. I think that's our new thing right now, like survival series.
Mm-hmm. We're obsessed with Naked and Afraid.
Yeah. So that's why I want to make it a theme, like on our next episode, our next guest. We'll ask them, like, if you could realistically bring 5 things to survive naked in the wilderness, what would you bring? Because, people say, oh, I'll bring my favorite book. Oh, I'll bring my dog. I'll bring, like, no, realistically, what are you going to bring? Like a fire starter.
Look, if that
or
dog
Belgian.
was a I don't know, Australian Shepherd, for example, that dog would help you hunt.
No, then you need a Belgian
Say?
Maloot.
What?
Belgian Manalote.
He calls a Belgian Malinois
Malinois.
a Belgian Manilote. And it's already ingrained in my brain. Every time I see a Belgian, I'm like, oh, Belgian Manilote. In my head, I'm like, oh no, I'm turning into Josh.
Yeah.
It's a Belgian Malinois.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, Naked and Afraid, another show that I recommend. Also, the physical 100.
Physical day.
Physical 100.
We haven't finished it because not all of the episodes are out. But wow, that show. Oof, that guy.
Like jokes aside, like when I was watching the first part when they have to wrestle each other, I'm pretty sure like I could have wrestled a few people here and there. Yeah, maybe not like
you haven't done wrestling in your life. What makes you think that you can?
It's basically just taking a ball at the last 5 seconds, so I can like literally push the guy and just protect the ball as much as I can, and then take it at the end. Bless you.
Oof, sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. There's some technique which I think I know how to do when the situation dictates that I have to like flight or flight mode.
Fight or flight.
Flight
It's
or-
not flight or flight.
Yeah, fight or flight.
That's
Wow.
Joshua's move. I'm just gonna flight or flight. Just gonna go away.
Josh, are you gonna challenge him? Like, no.
No, flight. I take flight.
What are my options? Is it flight and flight? Yeah, so you can see now. We
yeah,
have
you
one
can see
of the
one
two dogs.
doggo here. You wanna come here?
50% of our dogs.
Okay, good girl, Zoe.
But yeah.
We have two dogs here. One is Lana's dog, one of my good friends. She's also my bridesmaid. Shout out to my bridesmaids.
Okay,
And
let's
your groomsmen.
let's start a little bit now about the wedding because I really want to talk about it.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the build up to the wedding day, we've reached Manila like a week before the wedding.
Yeah.
And it's chaos the moment we land. Not chaos, but we hit the ground running on the things that we have to complete.
Because we already planned it that way, right? We were already setting up our calendar. So tips for those upcoming or incoming brides and grooms, just make sure that you are planned well in advance.
Yeah.
Because without that, I don't know who would have survived a wedding. Unless you have like a planner like set every single day who would tell you, okay, do this, do this, do this. We didn't have one. I mean, we didn't have that type of planner with us. So
Yeah.
we planned every single...
Yeah, like our checklist. No, we had a checklist from our wedding planner.
Exactly. So there was a checklist, but it wasn't like, okay, day this, when you land, you have to do this, day da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's not that type of intense planning
Yeah.
sort of planner.
And I think it's
but
also...
there are planner who are like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we didn't opt for that
Yeah.
as well. And I think because we wanted to really incorporate our nationalities into the wedding in some shape or form, I think that's where like not a lot of people could understand like why we had such requests as well at like some point. Like we didn't have a standard ceremony. It was like really short, maybe like 30 minutes at top.
40,
40,
probably.
yeah, 30, 40 minutes and stuff. But yeah, when we landed in Manila, we had so many things. We had to finish my suit. It was first too tight at side and then became too loose.
We went for the second fitting. It became too loose. And again, Josh was like so kind throughout all of this process. And thank God I was there because I would tell them off. He's like, no, I think it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not. Has to be tightened here. Has to be a little bit loose here. This and that. So I wasn't with him on his first like suit consultation, and I was so nervous about the color that he chose. What does the suit look like? The measurements that he chose, the length of it, because Josh likes his pants a little bit on the, not the long side, but like the
skinny side,
the shorter side and skinny. And I was like, I'm praying. I'm like, God, please don't.
Yeah,
make the
and
pants
because
too
when I
skinny.
went for my suit fitting, I mean my suit consultation first in July.
I wasn't there.
She wasn't there, and I
Mhm.
went in thinking that I'm gonna get like a gray suit, and I eventually left with a green suit.
Exactly.
And another thing that I wasn't getting.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry,
Mhm.
what happened to us? Why are we sneezing?
The dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then the another part which built like a lot of suspense was that I wasn't getting like timely updates from them, and I didn't know how it was looking. So yeah, even I thought like, oh, I wonder if it's gonna come out nice or not, because I didn't even bring a fabric, the swatch with me back so you could see. Then I had to buy like shoes, like blinded, knowing like how I would look. But eventually everything turned out great with my suit. Like good thing I opted for a 3-piece suit because that made me look
Good
thinner
thing.
than
Good thing you opted.
yeah
Yeah.
for a 3-piece.
Yeah. It was your choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
And then
job.
yeah, come wedding day, Janine starts freaking out in every way possible. Oh, the tent is not clean. Oh, it's so windy. Oh,
It was windy.
yeah, I know.
And everyone was freaking out. Thank God everyone was praying, because the day before the wedding, we get to the venue. They set up the tent, and the tent
Send me that
almost
video. I'm gonna
blew
put
off.
it. I'm gonna put it in this podcast.
Yeah.
That video we took of the tent when they're trying to set it up, and it literally flew away.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there like, oh, okay. And Janine, I could see like panicking.
Josh is like the calmest guy throughout the whole wedding preparation, the wedding itself, and then after the wedding. I was so stressed to the point that I couldn't eat.
sleep.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
There were days when well, most of the whole week I was sleeping for like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
I would eat a couple of spoonfuls and I would tell Josh, I can't, I'm already full.
Yeah.
It's like my body was like not taking the food in. And then I was starting to get worried because I was losing weight like so quickly. And I'm like, I'm not going to fit into my dress. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, I know,
You
you're
know.
too big for your dress, but now you're like, your
And
dress is wearing you.
Exactly. And I'm like, no. But I think all of the stress that happened before that was worth it for me, because that day was truly the best day and the best wedding ever.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I've been to so many weddings. Probably I'm biased because it's my wedding, but it truly was the best day of my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't think so?
I think the best day of my life was as a child when my mom eventually bought me a PlayStation. Because I remember how much I really wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this is a close second, so...
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. She's so pissed at me.
Sure.
I'm kidding. No, the wedding day was honestly one of the best days of my life. But like, the amount of fatigue that I felt at the end, and then like the million things going on, really, really like made me just want to like curl up in a corner and just sit by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like even in my speech I said, guys, I'm tired. And I think like, and after that I felt so bad because I thought, I hope the guests think that it's me in a way telling them to go home now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm an introvert, guys. So you know, when when there's 100 people all coming for you from all sides of the globe, I feel there was a part of me that felt, you know, like I owe this person like at least 10 minutes of talking.
Yeah.
And when I have like my friends coming in from like US, from like Germany, all these things,
Dubai.
I was just like, I need to spend time with them. I need to catch up with them. But at the same time, like, and everyone like tells me the exact same thing. Like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, beautiful wedding. And then I have to say the exact same thing. And it gets draining a little bit. No, it gets draining. Like, it really drained me. And I was like having espressos at like 7 p.m. And I really have a strict no caffeine rule after like 2 p.m. So
it took a while for Josh for Josh to sort of decompress, and perhaps me too. I'm not an introvert per se, but since I've met Josh, I feel like he's rubbing off the introvertness towards me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm less of an extrovert than I was. I'm probably more of an ambivert now.
Yeah.
In the middle. So the wedding itself really drained both of us, and we went to Boracay, which is like a beautiful island in the Philippines, for 3 days. 3 days and 2 nights. And I kid you not, we did not explore the island at all. We just ate and slept. Sat on the beach, and that was it. Even if the first day the weather was quite horrible because it rained. But the next 2 days, beautiful.
Yeah.
Sun was out. And I wanted to do a couple of activities. But at the same time, when I asked Josh, I looked at him like, let's go, do some kayaking. Or let's do that underwater, like diving and seeing the fish. And he looks at me and he's just like, maybe later. So I took it as, okay, Josh is like still decompressing.
Yeah, I just wanted to lie down and listen to the waves.
Yeah. And he was just not having it. I think the first night we slept for over like 9 hours.
Almost more.
Yeah.
Because I remember we went to bed at around 8.
Yeah.
I tried to watch TV because Impractical Jokers was on.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I just passed out. And I think we woke up the next day around 7 or something. So
7
almost
or 8.
12 hours.
Yeah. It was just... And I woke up and I was just like, I'm still tired.
Yeah. Then we just had breakfast and we chilled by the beach for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally just slept on the beach.
Yeah.
I swam a little. You swam a little.
Yeah, I swam a little.
Yeah, we swam a little.
Yeah.
The water was a little bit cold, but we literally just rested. And it was my first time in Boracay. Josh has been there before. He's done a little bit of exploring here and there.
Partying because,
And partying because it is a party island as well. But I was quite excited to go around and explore, but I just, we couldn't. So we just have to visit again next time. But that wedding did drain both of us.
Yeah.
We're not complaining. It
was the most perfect wedding anyone could ask for, but the amount of work.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why like Indians now have it spread over 5 days, because like all those emotions that you feel.
Yeah.
in a single day could really like exhaust you to the next level.
So
Like
many emotions.
it started with like 6 people trying to wake me up.
Yeah, because that's what I asked them to do. So Hannah, Joshua's older sister, and his best man came to me and they're like, what can we do for you? Because they could see me just going around and like stressing out and all that. Yeah, and I looked at them and I'm like, guys, you have one mission tomorrow morning, and that's to wake up Josh. So Josh sent me a picture of 3 of them.
Yeah, because it was Christine, Gia, and
4
Hannah.
of them. 3 of them, like on his, like
Standing,
the end
like,
of the
on my bed,
bedside,
like-
waking him up.
And I'm like, this is what you've done to me on our wedding day.
At 7 or 7:30. I think it was 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I woke up really early. First of all, I slept so late. I slept past 2, almost 3, 2:30 probably, because we were both trying to finalize our vows, and the perfectionist in me couldn't decide on like the tiniest words that I think no one would really notice, but because that's me,
Mm-hmm.
I had to like write, rewrite, erase, change this. Should I say that, this and that? Should I shorten it? Should I lengthen it? And I literally spoke it word for word so that I could like time myself. So I timed myself, and then I timed myself this time. I'm like, is that enough? Okay, that was 2 minutes. Should I make it 3 minutes? Should I make it 4 minutes? So I was just inside my room, and my room was amazing. It was like the best room ever. It was like,
Yeah. Think of like, you know, one of those reality dating shows where they like put in these like super nice rooms, but all
Yeah.
to yourself, and at the same time meets Filipino architecture and Filipino history.
and a
'Cause that's
little
what
bit
I
of
got.
Portuguese as well.
Yes. No, sorry.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, Scandinavian. Yes.
European. So it was beautiful. The hotel's beautiful. The venue was beautiful. So we're super, super thankful that we booked them. We booked them for 2 days. And so it was all for us, all to us. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
it was
a
like
big
exclusively
hotel.
for like us, and then
Yeah, it was quite it's a boutique hotel that housed 8 rooms. So we rented it for the day prior to the wedding, and then we checked out the day after at 12. So it was so nice having the place all by ourselves, not seeing strangers walk around, or like while you're saying your vows, some strangers swimming on the beach. So that wasn't the case at all. And going back to my story,
yeah. So
slept
like
at 2:30. You slept late as well.
I slept late
'Cause we
because
were
I was
both
also writing my
writing our
vows.
vows.
Vice. I wake up late.
7:30.
Not late, but like, because I was given a schedule of things that I had to do. So my
Yeah.
wake up time was 7,
Yeah.
but then I pushed it to 7:30 because I didn't have to really do anything until like 9.
Yeah, because that's...
But Janine had like an early start. Like she woke up, saw the sunrise.
I woke up at 6 because I truly wanted to see the sunrise on my wedding day. And I woke up, saw the clouds, and started freaking out. So I watched the sunrise first because the sunrise is super beautiful. It's right next to, or right above, the volcano. And I was just like, wow, it's beautiful, but it's not as beautiful as what I saw previously, because I saw the sunrise in Taal, I don't know, like 8 years ago probably, and I was waiting for that moment, but I woke up and it was cloudy and I started freaking out. Went back inside my room, started praying and crying and praying again, and then messaging everyone. You know, I was trying to be calm, but I was like, guys, good morning, today's the day. But at the same time, like, messaging some of my friends as well, please start praying with me.
Yeah, like I'm dying inside. Like
Yeah.
this is not what I was expecting. And stuff.
And everyone started praying with us. Like, thank God, like our Pastor Pete was there, and his wife, and they also started messaging our church friends and our church family, and everyone really prayed for the weather. So the morning was very nerve-wracking, but as the day progressed, the sun started coming out. It was
like full on shining.
It was so nice.
Clear skies, everything.
So during the ceremony itself, it was too hot, and we were supposed to start at 3 p.m. But my planner was like, if the sun is really high and hot, I'm not going to let everyone sit at 3 p.m. We'll push it to 4. So thank God we opted to do the first look. For those who are saying don't
so
do
the first look was planned or no?
It was planned.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said thank God we opted for that, because at least we spent some time doing the first look,
Yes.
having a couple of pictures taken while the sun was really high
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And
Wait, I
we
want to
started
say
at
something
4.
about, because we didn't mention the venue. So Taal,
Yeah.
where our wedding was in Batangas.
Mm-hmm.
It's Philippines' most active volcano, right?
I think so.
And it
I
erupted
don't know
even
the most
recently in
active.
19.
No, last year.
Last year it was?
Yeah. 2022. Or
No.
2021.
No, I think 2021 then.
Yeah.
And literally, guys, I want to put a picture of it, but on your way to, when you're in Batangas, you'll start seeing signs saying eruption evacuation site or something.
Evacuation
or Taal,
center,
evacuation center, which is like a massive place where people who are like in the vicinity of the whole Taal volcano
Would know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like there's this wedding that went viral because it actually erupted mid-wedding and you can see like a cloud of black smoke.
And the couple with like
Yes.
with the
yes.
volcano behind.
And the ashes reach like to Tagaytay, to
yes.
different parts of even Manila where it was experiencing some of that ash.
Yeah.
Because it really is a powerful, and it, like even they closed the volcano area.
The whole area. They had to
so
cordon
there were
it off.
they used to do hiking trips and stuff, but ever since that eruption, they're like, no, it's too dangerous.
Yeah. Up until now.
Yeah.
Like you still can't go and like look at from the crater. You could see what's inside because there's also water. But at this point they closed it off because it just erupted not too long ago for them.
Yeah.
And that was both of our mom's concerns. Like,
Yeah.
you're having a wedding at the foot of the lake of the volcano.
Because
What
literally it's like a
happens?
stone's throw away
Yeah. And
where
what
we were
happens?
from this volcano. Like people thought it was a mountain, but I'm like, yeah, no, that's a volcano, guys.
Yeah. And our moms started panicking, saying, what happens if closer to the wedding day it decides to erupt?
Mhm.
Or on the wedding day, even worse, if it decides to erupt. And we kept joking, like, oh, that's fine. We're going to have free fireworks if that happens.
Yeah.
But I think we just like blindly, faithfully trusted God to give us a
Mhm.
great weather
Yeah.
and not have an eruption.
Because the build up as well, like you were seeing rain in Batangas
Yeah.
that time.
Oh gosh, weeks before the wedding, I kept looking at AccuWeather, and
Shout out to
January.
AccuWeather.
Thank you, AccuWeather. But January is not really a rainy month in the Philippines. But in December, there was really like bad typhoons happening.
Yeah.
Rains everywhere in Manila. And so I messaged the hotel. I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? They're like, yeah, actually there's, a couple of showers here and there, rains here and there. I'm like, is it showers or is it rains? They're like, one day it really rained, another day showers,
Yeah.
another day gray skies. And I'm like, that's not a good sign.
Even recently, a little birdie told us that there was another wedding in in Batangas at our venue,
Yeah.
and it was pouring.
2 weeks after. No, a week after
Yeah.
our wedding. Yeah. And poor guys didn't have a tent. So,
We opted for a tent, even if I didn't want to.
yeah, because it's
But
expensive.
A lot of people said, better be safe than sorry. And
Yeah.
so we still went with a tent route.
Yeah. And it helped. For me, it did help because of the wind that night. It was starting to get really windy.
Yeah.
So I think it helped, like, at least protect
Yes.
the whole section of the
or like all the
reception.
equipment and like all this
Exactly.
lights and sounds, all that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
It was perfect. I just have to say again,
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Yeah. Everything from like everything had to move like clockwork, guys, at a wedding. Like I didn't feel like some guy knocks on my door like around 9 and I'm like shirtless and just in my underwear. I'm thinking it's one of my friends or something. And it's this guy who's apparently supposed to like guard me throughout the whole
And
day
assist you.
and assist me. So literally he was like, if there's someone who comes to you and you don't want to talk to them, just tell me. I'll push them away or I'll tell them to like buzz off and stuff. I'm like, who are you again? What is his name? Joseph?
Paul.
But
You
one of the
already forgot
nicest
his
guys. Then we
name.
just started talking about tattoos
Yeah.
and like his family and stuff. Very nice guy, and he like guided me a lot, like because I was like clueless at some points, and he was like, no, now so we have to do this, and he showed me the schedule. I'm like, oh, there's a schedule and stuff.
Josh
So-
is just so clueless, guys. Thank God I'm like a perfectionist, and I'm not saying that to put him down. He's just the calmest guy, and he just hands everything to my liking. Like, he just has a couple of non-negotiables himself, but the rest is just like, just you do you.
Yeah. And for me, like, because like I could see how upset Janine was getting the day before, especially with the wind and the weather situation. I told her, why are you getting so upset? Like, why are you upset at things you cannot control? And you put so much expectations on like this big day. So if one small thing goes wrong, you're gonna get so pissed and it'll change your mood like completely. So like, take it as it comes. If it's something goes wrong, something goes wrong. Of course, like, we have things that we can do to like maybe salvage whatever thing that has happened. But like, really don't beat yourself up at like things you cannot control at all.
Yeah, but that was like a couple of days before the wedding. But look at this boy twitching already. He's asleep. But I truly think that if I did not become the perfectionist I was for the wedding, it wouldn't have turned up.
That 100% agree with.
Yeah.
That 100%.
And that I pride myself in.
Yes.
Like, there are some things that I'm humble about, but the wedding, I really take pride in our wedding.
Yes.
Like, every single
like,
detail, the colors, the flowers, the dresses of the bride.
Choosing the suppliers, everything. Yes, I know.
The suppliers are amazing suppliers. Shout out to Colove, to Notion in Motion, to our stylist,
to our
party
MC,
room, to
our
our MC, Mark Richmond, to Abby, our planner. Like, every single nook, our venue, my dress made with love, like every single thing, your suit, amazing. Like, we all looked. KK, the best supplier ever, our makeup artist. She did amazing. She's a friend of mine, and I just feel so blessed being surrounded by good suppliers, amazing suppliers, and also friends and family who flew. Literally more than half of our guests flew in for the wedding, drove more than 6 hours for a wedding to get to the venue, because it's not really in the heart of Manila. It's like 2 hours.
Choosing an area that has literally so many like dark spots where like no internet, no connection, so literally getting lost in the middle of nowhere. And people first time who are coming to the Philippines, like literally taking time out of their work, using salary that they've had to buy tickets and then their hotels, and then maybe they didn't have an attire for the wedding, so they had to like buy new clothes and stuff, spending time, everything.
Correct, because we had a specific sort of look and feel of what the guests need to wear. We wanted everyone to wear light colors, no dark colors. Actually, Josh didn't really mind, but I was like, no one wear dark colors. And everyone was like texting me, is this okay? Is this not okay? Everyone knew like I was the perfectionist and Josh didn't really mind.
Because Janine got pissed when I started telling people the attire is like what you would wear for casual Friday at work.
And this is why two of your friends wore something that is a little bit underdressed, and everyone else were wearing suits. And I'm not gonna name those two.
They know who they are.
They know
maybe
who
2 episodes ago they were on this podcast.
Maybe 2 episodes ago they were here sitting in this exact chair. But I love them to death. I love every single person who came. It was so nice because everyone was there to truly celebrate us and be with us, and no one was like, oh, after dinner I have to go, you know. I mean, technically there's nowhere for them to go.
Like, how do I get an Uber here? Good luck.
Nothing. They all stayed either in the same hotel or the hotel that was like 10 minutes away from us.
I love people had fun and experienced like a lot of emotions, because people were saying, I've never cried at a wedding, but this is the first wedding I cried. And there people are saying, like, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but someone very close to me as well said like everything was like out of a set from Crazy Rich Asians.
That's not the case.
No, but looking back, I'm thinking that might be the case, because like you'll see everyone like really decked out. Seated plated menu, like 7-course meal. You'll see the Taal volcano behind you in a boutique hotel, which is quite pricey, I must admit.
It is pricey. I'm not gonna lie.
So like all of those
the
things.
The whole wedding is pricey first of all.
I know that is pricey.
But thank God we were able to save, because it took us a little bit of, not a year. You proposed in Feb. And even before that, we were already saving for a wedding, because I knew Josh was...
She was saving. I was saving for PlayStation 5, which I still don't have till now.
Okay.
No, but
you were saving too.
But it was like the one thing that I really got out of it was the emotions that I felt. because like I said, like we're in the Philippines. We have friends taking 8-hour flights minimum from Dubai to come there out of their own money, out of their own will. Like they have like a million. They only have a limited number of vacation days, and they still came like for a week for the Philippines.
Right.
And me seeing everyone there, like these are the people who I know, like, yeah, these guys are gonna be like there for me. Like in 10 years, if I call them for something, they would be like there. And they're people who I haven't spoken to like 5 years or like 3 years, or I haven't seen in like so many years, but they have a very special place in my heart. And there's also there. And then there's people as well who I know couldn't make it for some very good reason.
Yeah.
But I knew like they were celebrating with us no matter what.
Yeah. That's why we're quite thankful that we were able to do a live stream as well, even if it was cutting at some point because of the lack of good signal in the area.
Yeah.
But we did have some special people celebrate with us despite not being there physically. So that was quite nice as well. But you're right. Maybe just the tip for, again, those who are planning their wedding, look at your guest list and don't be ashamed to say no to people who you don't want to be there, even if they're family members. And that's tough for especially Asians or Arabs or Indians. But I think we did well with our guest list. And we know that these are the people, as you said, 3, 5, 10 years from now, we're still going to have a relationship with and sort of talk with and be in our lives, and who will uphold us and help us along the way, and not really strangers.
Yeah,
that's tough. Not everyone gets to have that, I guess. Like, we're grateful that we get to have that choice, because other couples don't get to have that choice, especially if it's being funded by parents, I assume, because the parents would have
a say then, and like who the guest list should be. Like, oh, how come I'm inviting this so and so person? They just live like 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
they won't be an issue. They'll just come for the wedding. And but that one person can cost us a lot. Yeah,
but every single penny was worth it.
Yeah.
We said this and we sort of agreed before. Again, another tip is make sure that you have a budget, and whatever you plan, stick to that budget, but also know that your budget at the end of the day will increase by 30%.
You know, that's what I don't like about the wedding industry.
Yeah.
Like the moment you use the word wedding, everything goes up. Like I was telling people, like I could order 100 flower baskets now from Gibson's. But the moment I say, like, okay, not Gibson's, but like the moment I say,
florist.
Like, a florist, yes. But the moment I use the word wedding, oh no, shoots up like 50%.
Yeah, but that's the industry, because they know that you're willing to pay more.
But
because it's only really one day in your life.
Like we say transport, and just need someone from airport pickup from A to B. Okay, that's like this much. I can know it's because we're attending a wedding in this place. Oh, you know what? Sorry. This is the real price. Like, what is going on? And all the like last minute expenses that were there. And then there's some things where you really invested a lot of money on, and it's not really used till it's like full advantage and stuff. So those are small things.
Yeah.
So you like really need to pick and be very wise about where you're putting in your money. Like I'm glad like a whole chunk of it was for like the food, but people were saying like the food was amazing. And the venue as well. We put a lot. Yes.
The venue is amazing. Yes. So, and also it's not about what the people say, what you're happy about. I was happy with the food. I was happy with the venue. I was beyond happy with the photographers and the videographers.
I was beyond happy with them as well. And I was beyond happy with the flower arrangements, especially like the arc and the door with all the flowers. Even if there was like a breeding nest for like bees and stuff, I was like,
but they weren't stinging. They weren't stinging bees. Yeah. They were just bees who were happy that there are flowers around, and they just wanted to get sweet nectar off of them. Yeah. Then
we had this dirty ice cream thing, which was so cute. It was really nice. I really liked that idea. And games. Then a mobile bar. Yeah, good job to you. The one thing that I had to do was not even done, and Janine has not forgiven me for it.
Yeah, because out of all of the things that I planned for the wedding,
out of the million things,
every single detail that I really looked into, there was one thing that I just let go, and I delegated to my lovely husband right here. And I told him, this was the idea. We were supposed to have a guest book, but instead of it being a book that people usually write, the traditional guest book where people write, hey,
Their wishes
congratulations, your wishes, yada, yada. We're like, we're podcasters. Let's bring our equipment. Let's have people sit. And I had my stylist bring 2 lovely chairs, a lovely sign that says audio guest book, leave a message for the couple. We brought our podcast equipment that really weighs a ton back home.
Yeah, because it was 2 boom arms, 2 mics, our Zoom,
headphones, our Zoom recording.
Headphones.
He brought everything, and I didn't look at what he packed because I'm like, he's got this. This is the thing that I delegated to him.
And I know my podcast equipment.
And he knows his podcast equipment. And for some reason, he forgot a very vital piece of cable that would power our recording machine for the podcast. And so it never happened.
No, we got batteries instead because the Zoom is
we got
capable
batteries instead.
But by the time everything was set up, because like I said, like the amount of things that I have to do, because the moment I got a free second, the photographer would make me like do something, which I totally understand. I'm not gonna badmouth them in any way, but like literally every minute was someone demanding something from me.
Yeah.
So by the time I actually got a second to set up the podcast equipment, I realized that cable wasn't there. So we were trying to go around looking for batteries. And guys, this is in the middle of nowhere. So like even if I wanted to walk to like a grocery store, I had to walk like maybe an hour.
And it wasn't even Josh who told me this. He made Paul, his assistant, come to me because he knew that he messed up and I would lose my shit on him. And so Paul comes to me and he's like, Janine, Josh was just saying that there's like a cable that's missing for the podcast equipment and it might be in your bag. And I look at Paul and I'm like, why would it be in my bag?
No, because you had the SD cards.
Yeah, I had the SD card. That was the only thing that was with me. And I was already freaking out. I'm like, I'm sure he doesn't have it. But it was already late. And I'm like, people are already starting to eat. No one's going to record their notes for us. But I'm like, let's still try it. And so I told Paul it's not with me. He eventually got
but we
some
should have
batteries.
we should have asked the MC to also make an announcement, which
but I think it was I think it was just too late for everything. So I don't know what plan Josh has to do. I felt my wedding was perfect. Our wedding was perfect except for that one detail, which I forgot a little bit already, and then he erased again.
Oh, I did?
And then you started telling me again.
I'm sorry.
So I'm like, now I'm pissed.
Yeah, she's been pissed, guys. Ever since we came back.
Because it was such a great idea. It was such a beautiful setup. A podcast setup in our wedding. And we're podcasters. Like, we're known for our podcast. So it would have been, the J&J wedding with a half a nice day setup. And it didn't happen.
It's okay. I promise another wedding for you. And we can do that there.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. If you say that. But yeah, regardless, everything was perfect. Yeah, every time I think
there's
about
so much to talk about the wedding.
Yeah, every time I think about it, I'm just, one word is like grateful. And to sum up the wedding, for me, one word is magical. And how about you? What's your one word?
My one word would be blessed. I think it's because seeing like all those people, like 80 people coming together to celebrate us.
Yeah.
Was very, very touching for me.
And that's what made you cry.
Huh?
Right?
Made me?
Cry. People would see the video. You can't lie.
And I'm telling people this again, it was a very hot day. And it was my eyes just sweating,
Mm-hmm.
I have hyperhidrosis, so it does affect the eyes as well. And it makes the eyes sweat to some extent. So
I don't think hyperhidrosis works that way.
You don't know anything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the truth be told, because I'm a man and I'm okay with my feelings and my sexuality and everything like that.
Okay.
I did cry, and that's one of the main reasons is seeing everyone there. Because I started crying even as the moment I got to before the altar and before the whole ceremony even begun.
Yeah, to get maybe just to get them a visualization, you can put a picture or whatever. But before walking down the altar, you would have to go through a flight of stairs that sort of like goes down, into the garden side right before the lake.
Yes.
And so as Josh descends, he was already starting to feel the feels.
Yeah.
And you would see it in the video.
Yeah.
Even Anand like came up to you and sort of like
Anand.
hugged you.
There was no Anand there. There was Andrew Tate there.
Andrew Tate was there. And before the wedding, Josh and I would always talk to each other, and I would be like, would you cry on our wedding day? Would you cry? Would you cry? I'm like, if you're not gonna cry when you see me down, you know, as I open up the doors through to the wedding and as I walk down the aisle, if you don't cry, I'm gonna be upset. Keep telling him
and
it's a joke. It's a joke, guys.
It's 100% a joke, but in my mind, I'm like, I have a feeling I'm not gonna cry.
Did it make you feel like, gosh, I need to cry? Did it pressure you? Did I pressure you?
A little bit.
Okay.
No, like I didn't want to cry, but I'm like, I know you were joking. I think you're not gonna take that seriously, but
yeah.
At the same time, I'm like, I know I'm not gonna cry because I never cry in these kind of things. Like the last time I cried was maybe when I was like 4 years old or something.
Josh is not a crier.
Yeah. Only in very weird parts. Like when I watched Shang-Chi, I was crying.
Did you?
Yeah, you were there.
Did I look at you and I asked you, are you crying?
Like, were you crying? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
When the whole dragon part came out towards the end.
Yes.
I was crying. I'm like,
yes.
So I cry in the weirdest
and
things.
And this is the second time you've seen it.
Yeah, this is the second time I've seen it as well. But I just love Shang-Chi so much. I love the actor as well. Shout out to, what's his name? Ronnie Chang.
He's not Ronnie Chang.
No.
Simu Liu.
Simu. I have his book as well. I'm reading it. And it's such a good book.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to the wedding. So like when I got down and I see like everyone waving at me. And everyone's like, and like thumbs up and like, are you ready? You know, like people from like
people like, are you ready? You're like, I'm not.
That's the thing. So I see my ex-colleagues there, and then I see like
I thought you were gonna say I see my ex there.
See my ex there, and I started breaking down because like I can't get rid of this girl. No, I see my ex-colleagues there. I see my family there. I see Janine's family there. Then I see like my comedian friends, and then I see my friends who flew all the way from like US, and then I see people I've never seen before as well. And I just like, all these people are here for me. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna brag as well. Again, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I have like shows where like 1 or 2 people like, oh, I heard so much about you. I came because I wanted to see you live. All those things. But you know when 80 people come. And it's not for like comedy or anything. It's just because of who you are as a person. Like I known Josh, we worked together. Oh, I grew up with Josh. Oh, Josh is my family. But seeing that, like crushed me. I'm like, I didn't know I had so many people like looking out for me. Yeah,
yeah.
Because you know me, like I have like, I'm a, what is it? Like not an optimist, but a pessimist realist kind of thing. So like there are times when Janine also knows like I never ask for help.
Yeah.
Because I'm like I always have like these things in my mind where like, oh, people are selfish, people really don't want to do things for one another. So that's my train of thought like 90% of the time. But like seeing all those people, I was just like, whoa, like they've come to like celebrate me, have fun and stuff, and like just be there and really just like have a good time, want to spend time with me
and celebrate you getting married.
Yes, exactly. So that was the one thing like that really also triggered me that day, especially since we had this VIP table and it was like overlooking everyone. Yeah, because our tables are like, okay, they'll just face the person opposite, but ours was like on a side where we were looking at everyone. I'm just like looking at my table on the left, like we have Uncle Dietma and then Tita Chits on that side, and look on my right, and then my boss is there, and then I look straight and it's Janine's momos and my ex-colleagues, and then I look to my right and I see my best man Gio on that side, and I'm just like, again on this side, I'm just like, wow, like can you imagine? Like that was one thing that really got to me. So I'm like, I'm
cry again.
No, I don't cry. I would cry again. I'm like, just say, are you about to cry? That's it. Not
Okay.
again. You look like you're about to cry. You're tearing up.
No, not
yes,
really.
Your eyes are wet.
Okay.
Yeah, but just seeing all that, like I know I'm running around in circles and saying the same thing again.
Yeah.
But I never in a million years that I thought like so many people actually care about me or care about us and celebrating our union as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm super thankful. Yeah. My God, you brought all of these people to celebrate with us, and like the perfect bunch of people. Yes, again, we would have wished a couple of people here and there were there to celebrate with us, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
And we're super thankful that they were there to celebrate us.
Yeah.
Not one single person left before the party ended.
Yeah.
Everyone stayed until the end. They could have asked for, a car to bring them to their hotel, but they were literally there the whole time.
But like no one really bothered us. Like even if people did have a transportation problem, they were still trying to sort it out themselves. Like they knew how much stress we were doing. But at the same time, like Janine and I, even after the wedding, you, me, Cheyenne, your ate, Wes also was there. We were just trying to sort out logistics for people.
For the next day.
Yeah.
When everyone left.
And like people were asking me, why didn't you just ask someone else to do that? Why are you doing it? But I'm like, no, because I felt like I had an obligation to give back to those people who were like there. And I know it's not necessary, but I'm glad like everything went so well, really well.
Yeah.
So many messing up like with your mom's dress and your dad's like a lot of things happened here and there. But Janine's here, like I didn't flinch. Like I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
because these things will definitely sort themselves out. It's nothing like. So like, oh, the volcano erupted. Then I would maybe have freaked out a little bit because
the day of, I think we were both calm, and I said that in the video when they were asking me how are you. I'm like calm, excited.
I was not calm because I didn't know there was gonna be an interview. So the
I
funniest.
didn't know as well.
No, but the funniest part, because he's asking me how does it feel to marry Janine, and that's when I'm like, because I was so thrown off with the question, and I said like, and he cut it out clearly because it's not there in this video, because I said, oh, when I met Janine, I knew she was the one. And then so I was like, I've dated so many girls in my life. Like that I'm like, I've been like dating like so many nationalities. I'm pretty sure I said something like that. And then, but no one made me feel the way Janine did. And then when I was saying it, I knew, I'm like, why am I saying this?
You could have just told him like, don't include that.
Because I went, like me and my ADHD
but
brain
that's
was
you
like,
in this podcast. Like, I'm asking you a couple of questions and I don't know what you're talking about.
Explain your wedding in one word and it's like 10 minutes now.
Exactly. Oh gosh, this is why we're like the perfect couple, because I'm straight to the point. No, let's get to the point. And he's like, maybe it's good if we took a U-turn here and took a left there and right there and go up and down.
That's me.
That's our relationship, and I love us for that.
I know. And I love her doing this episode again. Yeah. I know we're lacking. We're supposed to be like maybe in our 80s by now.
Yeah.
But
we're back.
We had a good reason.
Yeah. Can we wrap up the episode with like tips for couples who are going to get married?
Okay, let's wrap it up with one tip for the wedding and one tip for planning. Okay, so you first.
One tip for planning and one tip for wedding.
On the wedding day.
On the wedding day. Well, planning first, because this is what's going to happen on the wedding day. Planning, put everything on an Excel sheet, a Google Drive, the first day you start planning, so that everything is recorded. You have a receipt of every single payment that you've done, every single supplier that you've listed. Make sure that this is more than one. Make sure that you meet, speak, and know all of your suppliers, because they're all going to work together. You have to make sure that everyone is there for you.
Yes.
And that you're okay with them and that you're comfortable with them. And at any point that you're not, unplug that supplier if you still can. That's my tip for planning. And then for the wedding day, if you've planned well in advance, you did everything well, you've booked the right suppliers, your day you'll be super calm on the wedding day, just like I was, because I stressed out massively weeks and months ahead. Be calm on your wedding day. Don't forget to eat for the brides. The grooms will just be whatever. They'll be chill.
I didn't eat as well. The first thing I had was the soup.
The whole day you didn't eat breakfast?
I had breakfast, nothing in between except one potato wedge, I remember.
Yeah, me too.
And then the soup.
Yeah. But eat as much as you can, because you won't eat on your wedding day. That's so true. But one thing that really helped me, and I guess Josh as well, and we talked about this before the wedding, is that try to both step away, step back, and just take everything in, because the wedding day will just go so quickly. And everyone says this, and it's true. It did go just like as you snap your fingers. But what really helped was me just looking around, taking it all in, breathing, and taking a mental note of what's happening. Yeah.
That's very, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring lots of cash.
Yeah, keep cash ready, especially in Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or everywhere.
Yeah.
Cash, or if you can transfer like Gcash, like what we had.
Yeah, if there's like a Venmo of your own country,
Yeah.
make use of that.
That's yours.
Planning the wedding, it's mostly to do with the finances.
Mm-hmm.
Don't skimp.
Mm.
At the same time, have your budget and be prepared to go over budget.
That is so true. Be prepared to
because our budget was crossed, but not by a lot.
Yeah.
And we knew the reason why, because we didn't want to skimp.
Yeah.
Like, we knew what we wanted and we knew the right people to ask, and then they told us the price and we were like, crap. And then
crap. Okay, go. Because we had our non-negotiables. My non-negotiable was I didn't want a buffet wedding. I wanted a seated served wedding. And then I had my non-negotiable photographer.
Yeah, which for me
and makeup artist
was the best photographer I've ever seen in my life.
Still is.
Yes.
So for anyone, co-love, they are truly the best.
Yeah, it's not just one person, it's everyone. Like, I thought
The whole
AJ
team.
was the best,
The whole
but
team.
then he's trained his team to do his exact style, which is the documentary style of picture taking. Like, I seen the blurry pictures and I had people ask me, why are some pictures blurry?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
don't you
his
see
style.
the beauty in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah, don't skimp. Be prepared. Like, even if you know, like, you have a request, that request, if it's going to be something out of the box, would be expensive. And on the wedding day, I would say the same thing, but it's not realistic at all for me. Like, even if you want to take a step back, it's impossible. Like, the times that I even disappeared, you were asking, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? So that's one thing.
Yeah, but like disappear for like a minute or two, not disappear for like 10, 15 minutes.
I needed time alone. I hid in the toilet.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
didn't know that.
I hid in the toilet and counted the money that I was given.
No, really?
No, I like 1 or 2 envelopes.
So naughty. Priorities.
Because we had a money dance.
Yeah.
And the people who gave the envelopes instead of the cash,
Yeah.
I was like,
Let me just count them.
Yeah.
Because it was all in his suit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the things that people couldn't not like put in, they put in my suit. And I was like, you know what? but I did need some time to just be myself.
So that's yours.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be by yourself, be by yourself.
Yeah. But
that helped
but
you.
but what you said is what I wanted to say as well. Like, just take a second and look around.
Yeah. Look at their faces.
See your boss talking to your best friend. See your mom talking to the drunkest guy in the room.
Yes.
See your dad trying to like carry children and play with kids and stuff. So it's like, it's really like all those things like really made this wedding super great.
Yeah. People say that
amongst like marrying the love of my life. Yeah, but she wasn't available, so yeah, to be there. But
so that was the second choice. Yeah, glad to have been there. The right time, the right moment.
And you know how awkward I get as well when the spotlight is on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, that's why I mentioned my exes. That's why I mentioned Rihanna Ramos when I opened the gift. All those stupid small things. But like, I'm very bad with dealing with my emotions in the moment, so I try to make a joke out of it, which is like a standard comedian trait, I guess. But it's hard. I know it's hard because there's a million things happening.
Right.
And with my brain, you know, like, oh, there's a drone. Oh, I'm holding a fan. Oh, there's an umbrella. Oh, that guy just sneezed. All those million things, you know, like when I'm trying to absorb literally everything. But calm down and just try to absorb everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, it's once in a lifetime. It was a perfect day. Yeah.
It was the perfect day. It's probably like the 3rd, 4th time I'm saying that, but I'll always
she's not letting it go.
Always be like dreaming.
On our
of
flight
that
back, we'll end with this. I was asking you, like, how do you feel now? Like, everything is done and dusted. All those months of planning, all those months or those days that where you mentally broke down and you came home and you went to the bed and started crying. I asked you, was it all worth it? And what did you say?
What did I say?
You said it was.
It was. It was all worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
I would redo everything again. I would come back home crying to you. I would stress myself out. I would think of all of the nitty gritty details and tell my suppliers, no, I don't want that. I want this.
Yeah.
And be very specific because.
But you were not Bridezilla. You were calm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was calm on the day. I told you. Probably a few days before, weeks before I was a Bridezilla. I would just look at Josh and be like, no, this, no, that, this, that. But not like the typical Bridezilla.
Yeah, not like how they portray in movies and stuff where you're yelling at everyone.
No.
Yeah.
No, because I know how hard it is to be in the wedding industry.
But after that, Janine slowly started noticing the things that were not part of like what she wanted, and she's like, I'm gonna take a note of this and tell the people.
You know when people say, sorry, I know we have to close, but you know when people say no one notices the details, I noticed the details.
Janine noticed.
I noticed because I planned every single thing.
Yeah, like what color was off, and you're like,
that
was not the color that I wanted.
But in my head, I kept saying, don't get stressed about it. Stress, if you want to stress later. So I was really calm the day, but you knew. The day after, we were in our mini moon in an island, and I was just like, you know what? That single thing wasn't supposed to be there.
She's talking about these bird seeds. I'm like, what bird seeds? What do you want bird seeds at a wedding? And she was explaining to me the whole thing, and I'm like, and she's like, you brought it up to me like twice or thrice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna tell them.
And I did tell them.
You did tell them.
Of course, I would have to tell them.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I told myself I wouldn't be a Bridezilla, but sometimes I think yeah. But I deserve to be a Bridezilla because at the end of the day I was such a kind bride, and sometimes you can't just like let everything go through. But what I'm super happy about is that everyone says this is the Janine wedding, like the style.
Who said it was a Josh wedding? Did anyone say?
No.
Yeah, I think my wedding I would have made everyone wear black. I not hate, but I'm gonna say hate. I don't like ballroom weddings or like hotel, like all those inside and circle tables. I don't like all that that stuff. I think anyone can wear whatever I really don't care.
That's you.
Yeah. Wear a t-shirt for all I care. No. I would have made so many jokes. I would have had a roast. I would have had like stand-up comedians do sets.
Yeah. I mean, you had a roast.
Yeah.
You had things here and there for you too. Don't act like it.
Yeah. Of course. It wasn't just like one-sided wedding. Of course it was. But everyone knew it was like, Janine
the style. I'm not saying the wedding. It's the style of the wedding. The floor, like the flowers everywhere, the floral arrangement, the colors, the hotel. I didn't want a grand hotel. I wanted like a boutique hotel. The music, my dress, like the colors.
Yeah. I didn't want a Holiday Inn or like a Marriott. I wanted like a nice boutique.
Exactly.
Every single thing in that hotel
every single corner was just beautiful. Yeah.
Lots of flowers. I love plants.
Yes.
I love plants.
See, you too. Yeah. And people know my love for flowers. I have like 100 floral dresses in there.
Yes.
Like mismatched bridesmaids dresses, mismatched ties for the men. Yeah. Like if I could have them in mismatched suits, I would, but you didn't want to, so.
Yeah. But it was an amazing wedding at the end of the day. There was something that I wanted to say, but it totally slipped my mind, but that's fine. I think
What is it?
I can't remember now, but it was another tip that I wanted to give people. Yeah.
Be happy.
Be happy. I'm always happy. Doesn't lie. But now we have
our married life.
Now we are financially recovering.
Exactly.
No, we're still in a good place now, but we're just good. Chilling at home now. We have so many things to catch up on in terms of TV, so that's what we're doing.
Yes, and even like wedding things, like replying to people, posting images, saying our thank yous to our suppliers.
That's the thing I forgot. Read the fine print when you're planning, when your contract comes in. Read the fine print, because Janine at least knows how the wedding industry works because she does come from it. But like if I came to know now that I would only get the pictures of their wedding like 6 months from now, I'd be like, well, what does it take 6 months? Just give it to me like in a week or something.
Yeah, but
that's not how it works. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, and it's not the pictures; it's
The video as well.
Yeah.
All those small
People
things.
know that. People know that if you're like a bride and a groom. But I think because you were just like, yeah, book whoever. I just want to know this. Like you trusted me to go through the fine print. Like you didn't know the rest of the details. Because you're like, I'm sure Janine covered that already. Yeah.
And since, like I said, since you did live a life in that wedding world as a photographer, so you know a little bit of the things that not normal people would be knowing.
The ins and outs.
But that's it, guys. Throughout this podcast, I'll try to put as many pictures as I can.
Yeah. We'll put a link to the video if you guys are interested in watching our same day edit video.
Do that as well.
Some photos, and we're happy to be back. Now we're gonna start a new adventure as a married couple with a little dog, and more episodes to come. We're already starting to like contact a couple of guests that are coming in. You guys let us know if there's any topic that you'd like us to sort of go through, either if it's wedding related or like a newbie couple, newly married couple, anything love related, or not love related,
hate related as
there's
well.
Still a couple.
If you want to perform a hate crime,
there's still a couple of handy advices that we would have to get back to. So we're excited to get back to them. Thank you guys for sticking around up to this point if you're still listening. And
it's been nice to come back to the microphone.
Me too.
Chat.
I'm happy. This is our happy place.
It is.
And we're happy that you guys are listening and tuning in and still being with us, because both of our doggos aren't clearly. They're
already zoned out the moment
asleep.
I introduced myself again.
Yes. And we love you guys. And on that note,
have a nice day. Oh. We love you guys.
We like you as a friend.
Bye.
Bye.